Sorry, I'm petrified.
Don't be afraid.
You're right. Okay, my name is Scott Godwin. I'm a Cleveland resident. I bike 4,000 miles a year on city streets. I tell you that only that you understand my perspective. I'll begin with a quote. Was it a conscious decision or a momentary lapse of reason? How could the desire for a modern way of life that threatens the future be considered a way of life? Could it be that we are connected to all things in the universe and not the center of it? I believe the Interbelt Bridge project, more than any other project either planned or imagined, will define how the world sees the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio. How do we want to be identified? Cities across the nation are making similar decisions today. Hawaii and Iowa recently passed guidelines for complete streets. Hawaii chose to favor people. Iowa chose the automobile. This bridge, if made to accommodate all travelers, could be a catalyst to a different future. One favoring neighborhoods and the connection to them. The bridge, if limited to the automobile, sends a clear message to the world that we are unable to move forward. Sorry. About 10 years ago, New York City put a separated pedestrian bike lane on the Brooklyn Bridge. Today, 10,000 people a day walk or bike the bridges into Manhattan. I will end with another quote, this one from the Federal Highway Guidelines, and I quote, "Bicycling and walking facilities will be incorporated into all transportation projects unless exceptional circumstances exist." Thank you.
Mr. Godwin, you did just fine. Emilio Isabato.
Thank you. I am a Cleveland resident. I live in Tremont, literally just around the corner from the Interbelt Bridge. I think it is a shame to think that ODOT would pass up such a perfect opportunity to highlight the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio's commitment to sustainability and alternative transportation, especially as Mayor Frank Jackson's recent sustainability summit begins to take form in green initiatives throughout Cleveland, especially as the World Meteorological Organization announces this past Tuesday that the current decade has been the hottest decade in history, especially as nearly 200 world leaders gather in Copenhagen, a city long known for its commitment to bicycle transportation, to devise a global response to climate change. With the city of Cleveland emerging as a national leader in the local foods movement, with Cleveland boasting over 200 community gardens within the city limits, with the city of Cleveland recognized for its innovation in reimagining its reuse of vacant lands, it is simply irresponsible and detrimental to our progress to bypass adding bike and pedestrian access to the Interbelt. Cleveland has a nationally respected public transit system in the GCRTA. We must continue to add to our city's alternative transit infrastructure if we aim to be a more sustainable Cleveland by 2019. And I think ODOT is demonstrating a serious lack of foresight in keeping bicycle and pedestrian access off the table will prove to be a decision that the city regrets. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Isabato. Kelly Morris. I hope I pronounced that first name
right. My name is Haley.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Most of what I have to say has pretty much been said by everybody, but I thought I'd just reiterate that I think the addition of a bike pedestrian lane on the new bridge would be an incredible support for the community, and it's a gesture of support for people who can't afford to drive to their destinations, people who just choose to, and who want a change of pace. And with our environment changing more and more every day because of the decisions we make, such as driving our cars, I think more and more people are turning to alternative modes of transportation. And I think building this lane and building it right will only, I believe, put the idea in the minds of people outside the city as well as our citizens that we are a modern city, that Cleveland is a modern city and it is willing to change with its people for the better. And I also believe that it will inspire people to come to our city and build their lives here and want to become a part of our community.
Thank you. Yes, Amy Klomfus. Hopefully I got that right.
Scott, I have glasses. And also, like Scott, I'm petrified, so I need a little bit of slack. I biked down here this morning after dropping my 3 children off at school. I'm a single mother. We don't have a car. So I'm a mother, I'm a cyclist, and I'm a pedestrian, and a mother of cyclists and pedestrians. And as such, I participated last Sunday in our bike and walk along the alternative ODOT proposed routes. I took my children. We chose to walk instead of cycle. I'm very familiar with the cycling conditions in the area, so I thought I'd take a slightly different perspective. And you know, the issues of safety and glass and convenience were also really relevant as a pedestrian. That we had a few women who came with strollers. My kids are out of strollers. They're 8 and 6. And the women who were pushing strollers, you know, in order to avoid an extra half-mile loop from, I believe it was Abbey Road, back up to the Lorraine Carnegie Bridge, we took this little stairway, and then there were people scrambling to help the women carry the strollers, and the mother was carrying the baby and dragging the stroller. Like, come on, like, this is ridiculous. This is not a direct route that these people are having to take. People who live in Tremont who want to go downtown, or vice versa. It's difficult, you know, it's different from those of us, I used to have a car, who go out in the evening for a stroll with our families, and, you know, we go around the block and we take the scenic route. But, you know, my experience is traveling with 3 children bundled up in the winter, wanting to get from point A to point B in the most convenient way with the least bit of complaining from my family. And so I'll just close with this little comment from Madeline, my 8-year-old, who, you know, as we were coming back, we were on Abbey Road, she looked over at the bridge that we just crossed, the Lorraine Carnegie Bridge, and she's like, "Mom, why are we going in a circle?" So, thank you for listening to my comments.
Thank you.